Hello, this is B7, and we went to see Black Panther yesterday, so we're going to give our review on it.
Podcast style.
Yeah. Sit down. What did you think?
Alright. Sum it up in one word? Alright. I'd give it an alright rating.
I would say I had a good time, but I would think it's a little overhyped for my taste. James?
Yeah, it's fine. It was I don't know, it tonally different than any other Marvel film. It was a bit more grittier, but compared to other Marvel films, like visually, it was almost identical. It was just had that same look to it. So I don't know, you just get sick of them eventually. But as a film, it was decent. Yeah, alright.
I think the biggest drawback for me was, the two characters that are supposed to be in love.
Yeah.
But there was no chemistry there.
Thingy from
at all.
Walking Dead and Thingy from Gal. There you go.
There was no chemistry there whatsoever. I actually prefer Black Panther's older suit, the older one.
Really?
Yeah, I prefer the older one.
Yeah, I thought they were basically the same, except
Yeah.
one of them was like, this one's got more details on to make more toys.
Also, Martin Freeman did not need to be in the film.
None of the white guys
He didn't
needed
need to be in
there.
the film. He didn't.
No white guys needed to be in the film.
You want to go through some plot holes? Because
Yeah.
I was
Go on, Dan.
Right, so the meteor at the start, how did that not destroy most of Africa?
Isn't the point like it destroyed a bunch of it, but then humans came to?
See, in my mind, if an asteroid hit the world, or Africa in this, massive area would be just devastated. And in that, it didn't really sound anything. I suppose with a superhero movie, you're not really meant to care about that or go that deep, but,
yeah. I get what you mean. I mean, I didn't really pay attention to a lot of that opening animated sequence because it was just a bit kind of information being thrown at me.
I liked in the beginning where they're on the ship and he takes like the car hologram because obviously that's like vibranium granules.
I laughed at
and
that.
That's like one way they can use it.
I laughed at that.
I
just thought it was unnecessary. I liked the whole bit at the start with like, you think it's going to be like gang warfare, then it's basically, it turns out it was like the brother of the king being like, oh no, I'm just going to arm everyone and we're going to take on the 1%. And I was like, that's a pretty cool idea. There was like lots of cool ideas in Black Panther.
The villain was really good. Like the villain,
I thought the potential for him was really good, and he was probably the best executed. But he was still like, he wasn't amazing. He was most Marvel villains are fine, they're good, right? But they're nothing special. He was good. He was great even, but he wasn't amazing. If you get what I mean, like it was just kind of, there were certain things even with him where it was like they could have done this better or they could have done that, and
I thought there were some jokes that landed that weren't really funny.
Yeah, there were people that, but it wasn't like cheesy. I didn't think. Apart from
we can't say yet.
Apart from that one joke in the lab, but like even then, like most of it, like it was just a typical Marvel joke. But that was the thing. I mean, tonally. Normally it feels like Marvel jokes are wedged in there. Here it was like, it was just a bad joke. It didn't feel like it was wedged in there by Marvel. It just felt like it was there because there wasn't too many jokes, especially towards the end. I didn't think there were too many jokes. This was the one thing, when something like emotional did happen, they didn't make a joke out of it. But ironically, like the reason Marvel jokes around in their films whenever anything emotional happens is because like they're scared of it being cheesy or anything, and they never embrace the cheese. But there were some things in this that were cheesy because they didn't have jokes in it, which is like, people always complain about it, and then when they get rid of the jokes, you realise why Marvel does it so much, because it was like,
can't win.
Like they had, every single time an emotional thing happened, they had like that. It was meant to be like Wakandan music.
Yeah.
There'd be like a singer. And it's meant to be emotional and it was kind of like derived from like Lion King almost.
Yeah. So one thing I wouldn't mind knowing a bit more is the history of Wakanda. I feel like because this is a solo movie, we needed to know about Black Panther.
All we know is that
Wakanda itself, I wanted to know more. Like, why did they close off their borders? Basically, why do they hide themselves?
I mean, I got that.
I mean, it was answered a little
okay.
bit. Like basically, like they don't want vibranium going into the wrong hands.
See, you got that, but then in the start they were shown fighting Romans and stuff, and it's like, well, how?
That was just the tribes, wasn't it?
No, they showed them fighting Romans.
Oh.
It's like, how do they? First of all, mine smelt the vibranium if they're an African tribe or colony at that point. And why not help the rest of the colonies in Africa, for instance? I feel like I wouldn't mind knowing a bit more.
They could have they could have been a
Why-
bit more ambitious,
why
couldn't
would they
they?
like-
Like take a little city? Pff, no, take over a fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, they said it was its own country. It looked just like a very big city.
These five
exactly.
tribes band together to protect the vibranium, and they also know then how to smelt it, how to use it.
Put in their clothes.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind knowing a bit more about how Wakanda came to be the great city that it is.
Yeah.
Matt, we can't say much, but there's a certain scene at a museum. I think that was a complete like. There's a certain part of that scene I thought was completely not needed. A certain thing.
A certain character. Or
No, a
something.
certain object.
No spoilers, but
I'll tell you the spoilers.
Fuck it, spoilers. We'll talk about it now.
So, first of all, that hammer axe thing that they found at the museum, I didn't think that needed to be in there whatsoever.
Why? It was like
I didn't like it. Just didn't
It
do
had a
anything
point,
for
but
me.
not a very big point.
No, it just
it
Like,
mattered.
literally-
It mattered for about half the film
Uh,
until spoilers. This is already a spoiler bit when Claw died.
yeah.
And then, but basically after Claw died, it was a completely different story. They could have split the film into
Yeah.
The only
a
reason
sequel.
the only reason that was there is so the UN want vibranium, so they were going to buy it off him. That was the only reason why they had that one bit of vibranium. So
Well, they were going to buy it off him, weren't they? And then they were going to capture him anyway.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think one thing for Infinity War, I think the Soul Stone is at like the very center. Like you know how they're able to speak to their ancestors.
Yeah.
I think that's to do with the Soul Stone.
I personally don't, but I suppose that's going off.
They don't
Black
just have it.
Panther, I
They don't
think
just
it
have
is.
it in a room. If I had it in a city, I'd make use of it.
I think it's got something to do with that, or something to do with the plants.
Yeah.
I still think Heimdall has it for the fact that he can see into like souls in 4 and stuff like
I
that.
hope there's a
Or
plot
see
twist
all
where he
souls.
does.
I
but-
trust the Lego sets, Dan. I trust the Lego sets.
Yeah, it was seen as a Lego set.
I still want to believe.
Then we know it's in Wakanda, confirmed because of the Lego set.
Yeah.
We know it's there.
Although some
Can't believe a Lego set ruined it.
Although if it was, true.
Other spoilers.
For that reason, you can see. Actually, I think it's getting into Infinity War now.
I kind of was able to obviously I started to feel that it was a bit predictable going on. I will say I like his sister like the most. Like my favorite character is his younger sister. I really liked her.
I mean, as a character, yeah, but like,
It's kind of obsolete Iron Man now.
Well, in the comics, she's cleverer than Iron Man.
she's a different
good
character to Iron Man. They're just
Yeah.
I just think because like one's a better creator, it's like you don't need Iron Man anymore, really.
Well, I mean, if Iron
Iron
Man
Man's
got
like
vibranium, he'd be cool.
good at working on his feet. She's just a good designer,
I think-
basically.
Yeah.
I think now with all this coming, I think she'll have like a much bigger role now. And,
I didn't see the point in those gloves. You know the way she made those. They were so stupid.
Yeah, like they did nothing, and then even when they did do something, it was like
For 2 seconds.
like she made
It
the
was pretty
suits,
pointless.
and she should have known. Like maybe I should make something that in case someone stole one of my brother's suits, I could deal with it. Oh, I'm sure these hand cannons that slowly damage them over time.
I don't know why she made 2 suits. She made 2 suits. Oh, which one do you want?
Yeah, no, I get they're like really
Gold.
rich and got a bunch of vibranium and shit, but like just ask him beforehand.
You don't need 2 suits which are the exact same. The only difference
If there
is-
wasn't
Like,
two
just get a
suits.
client brief, you know? Just
If
be
there
kind
wasn't-
of like, okay, what do you want in your suit?
If there's 2 suits, he wouldn't have got the gold one. See, as well.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have got one.
The
Well, he
villain-
might have got his old design. That would have been cooler, I think.
I think that
if
would-
he got his old
I-
design.
Yeah.
Because it's a giant metaphor of like.
It would have been harder to really distinguish the two though, because that's what we mean, like they look
Yeah.
really...
Stop it.
Boy!
James, going up for win again.
I'm going to sit back here.
Hi.
Yeah, we can. I don't think we'll be able to pick you up from there.
Hello?
That's alright. I have a feeling. I have a feeling you'll sound echoey from there.
Good.
What, I had something else in mind. What was it? What was it? I had something in my head. Oh, God damn it! I had so many ideas yesterday. What was it? I forgot.
I just thought most of this stuff was like.
I
They
thought
were
it
cool
was,
ideas.
I thought Ragnarok was better.
Yeah, I mean they were very different films, but I enjoyed Thor Ragnarok more.
Yeah.
I found that a memorable film.
Yeah.
I thought all of this was good. It was fine. It was good. It was pretty forgettable.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
overall, I'd just say it's a good film. It has some, issues here and there, minor issues.
Yeah, it's not perfect.
Apart from that, it's
I
just
thought
a good film.
for a Marvel film, it was good compared to like some of their other ones.
I have a feeling in a year it'll just be another Marvel film. It won't be like.
I feel like now it's just.
Do you remember that very specific one? It's just
I
another.
thought there was a good message behind it in the end. There was like it was basically about the whole kind of thing where it's like just because your country is in a better state doesn't mean you should completely abandon the other countries. It's kind of like was it Jeremy Johns' review?
Yeah,
it was like he was saying like about all of them living in one all the countries live in one house, and they've all got all their different rooms and everything, but some will lock their doors and some of them will mingle in the kitchen and some shit.
Yeah.
But that was a cool one. But also, if you blow up one of the rooms with a nuclear bomb, then then the whole house comes crumbling down. So I guess the big thing is it had that message, which was nice. But
I think the so we can spoilers, so we can talk about this. The end credits scene. I think that should have been at the end of the film.
Apparently it initially was. I saw something
credits
about it was meant to be.
I thought it should have
new
been.
end bit, but
I thought it was like a waste.
Scrapped it because he thought it made more of an emotional impact with.
I don't think it did.
Uncles thing. It didn't.
It didn't at all.
I don't like them both.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're not meant to be the main part of the movie, but they've been post-credit scenes.
The Winter Soldier one was meh as well.
And we didn't need to know it. We already knew that he was going to.
Yeah, we already know. We've seen the trailer. We know what's going to happen.
We just got no new information. Like the best, even though I didn't really care for Guardians 2, that Adam Warlock bit was really cool.
That was cool.
It was like, okay, we know that he exists, it leaves questions. Yeah. Those two post-credit scenes that they had in Black Panther left me with zero.
Yeah, nothing. It was that there were nothing special as well.
Yeah.
Plus, I saw actually in the cinema half the people actually left the room before the end credits came on.
That's another discussion in it.
Half the people left.
Sure, because most of them don't. They know that most of the stuff won't progress. Like that most of the post-credit scenes don't add anything anymore. They're just like little jokes half the time.
Yeah.
Like the Spider-Man Homecoming ones. Like although I found them quite funny. I get why people wouldn't be bothered if they knew that it didn't add anything. Though, can we just say that the Spider-Man Homecoming one, where they're doing like bloopers from the news report or something in Spider-Man Homecoming, like the school news report. There's something with the two kids or something. It'll just be kind of like it's like that awkward kid who's just saying something. The girl's just like looking at him like, "You piece of shit." I thought that was funny. And the Captain America one was just like a troll.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a thing for the Black Panther suit. Does it seem indestructible or not? Because to me that suit is literally indestructible. Because he gets charged by a fucking rhino
and it's fine.
Isn't the man meant to be indestructible?
Like he gets blasted and it just regenerates.
You know the rhino scene? That was taken right out of the comics.
The what?
You know that where he takes out the rhino,
puts
it down and puts it below? That was taken exactly out of the comics. Oh. All of that scene is exactly in the comics.
They do shit like that all the time.
To me it's just like, that suit seems so indestructible.
It was all CGI. I gotta say, the final ending fight was all CGI. Like it looked so. Like obviously it has to be, but it looked like too CGI.
The best fight. There were really good fight scenes in it, but there were really CG boring fight scenes in it. The best fight scenes were the ones where it was like, because it's the same director as Creed.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Creed. When it was like that, where it was all in one take and it was quite practical, it was sick. Like the whole stuff. Was it Korea?
South Korea, then like that stuff was like really cool.
That car chase was good.
The car chase, but also the fight inside thingy where like it's all in one camera.
Why didn't he get in his Black Panther suit in the casino? He just stayed like in his normal clothes, and I was just thinking, just get into the Black Panther suit.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get shot.
Yeah.
Or anything.
I just thought the main character in general, even though I like him as an actor and I thought he did good in Civil War, I don't know if it was the way it was written or what, but it felt like he just wasn't important.
Yeah.
Like I didn't. Just like I said, just shit happened to him and he had to deal with it.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like he was actively doing anything.
He seemed that strong over. They kept using the charges blast.
They showed it at the beginning slightly because he ripped a car door off and like threw it at someone.
It's like, oh look.
For me, that's the only bit
he's getting pinned down by a load of people from different tribes. Explosion. Oh look, he's free. Oh look, a rhino's going to charge explosion.
I really do wish, those silent boots, I wish they showed that off more, like how effective it can be.
Oh yeah.
They're just like,
brushed over.
Yeah,
it was there for a joke, It was like, I thought that was going to matter. So maybe it did matter.
It would have been cool.
In like a deleted scene or something, but...
I hope so. It'd be really cool to do.
In general, it was just a bit kind of... I thought...
Americans.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked that it wasn't too preachy or anything. Like, it wasn't kind of like, fuck white people. It was kind of, it was just, it was kind of like white people in Wakanda were treated like black people in society today, where it's like, really, Wakandans didn't really give a shit. They were just kind of like, they're our equals. They were just, but at the same time, it was kind of, there were some that were kind of like, you can't let them in here. It was just basically saying, for the most part, they're equal, but there are still inequality with some people. For God's sake! But yeah.
And there's the one thing about the motive of the people. We don't want to like let our vibranium out to the world, and then the bad guy comes in. We're gonna give it out to bad people of the world so they can take over.
If Wakanda had given some vibranium to all the countries, imagine how quickly the Ultron situation could have been like fixed.
Yeah.
That way.
I thought a lot of the messages were cool in it, and I thought that the themes were cool, but the way they were executed weren't perfect because I feel like it was just rushed to meet the deadline of the release date, because they were just probably like, alright, you're cool, you did Creed, we know you're talented. Like, he's a talented writer-director.
Yeah.
But because he was rushed, it couldn't.
Did he do the script as well, did he?
He was a co-writer.
I think I'd 100% preferred Thor Ragnarok to be this movie coming out now, and then Black Panther to be when Thor Ragnarok came out, because in that post-credit scene would have just led straight into Infinity War. This movie was kind of, it's like an in-between. There's no... All it tells you is about Wakanda.
I wasn't sure where the time frame was either.
Apparently it's like really shortly after Civil War.
Yeah, it seemed that way, because it was literally like, my father is dead and now I'm going to be king, and I was like,
yeah.
You say that like it happened last week.
No, yeah, it is. Also, the whole, I think they did well with burning all the plants that make you stronger, because that gets rid of that plot hole.
Yeah.
Of like, Black Panther could just... No, because it's like, Black Panther could just give that juice to loads of people and they can become super soldiers. Like Captain America. See what I mean?
I mean, that could be a plot hole. That could have been an amazing television show or something. But
like, you know what I mean?
A bunch of people going into the script. Oh my god, that would have been such a cool TV show!
What?
They could have had it like a spiritual TV show as well, where it's like supernatural powers and shit. And like, they could have gone more into the magic side of Marvel, but on TV. Oh, Marvel, what are you doing?
No, but like, now that it's all burnt down, they can't just be like, well, why don't you just give all the Avengers some super
Time
serum?
Stone!
Yeah,
the back!
Just give all some super serum and you're sorted.
Well, why did she grab two? She could have just grabbed, rather than just grabbing one plant at the end.
Just cherry pick some before you leave and then you're fine.
Yeah, she was like...
Or pick one.
I'll pick one.
Go.
Also, I got confused how she... that like... There was like a little montage of them getting the people together to like rise up against this new king. Well, it was kind of like... I didn't know where they were half the time. Then all of a sudden, she was inside the cave. I was like, "Bitch, how you get there?" It was a little bit jarring that bit.
And then that family needs to be stop being salty about T'Challa losing that ritual fight. I hate that. He's murdered. No, that's what they do. They have that fight, and whoever wins becomes king.
It was a fair fight. Like he accepted the challenge. It's like it got murdered. It's like it's not murder. It's part of the rules.
It's fucking salty. That's what it was.
Can I just say, by the way, you know that Lord thing?
Yeah. Did you find out it's fake?
Well, I said to him, I'm still just going to refer to you as Belland. He said, I mean Lord Belland, at least give me something. I think it's like Grandma was commented saying, what wonderful friends you have, darling. Someone said something like, does this mean I can't call you Daddy anymore? Does that stand for... Someone goes, only refer to me as Lady L now. They said, does that stand for Lady Lesbian? Wow. I can't think of much
Should we wrap up?
Yeah, I'd say wrap up.
Right, I'll cut it to this bit. Okay, so fuck! There you go. Okay, so overall out of 10, for me, 7. It was a good film. I enjoyed it, but it has a few holes here and there, and some of the CG was a bit too much. Dan?
I would give it a. I'll give it a crispy 7. It was
crispy 7.
It was not a good 7, but not a bad 7. It's like sort of in the middle there. It was a crispy 7.
Really, it was as in because it was good. Did you enjoy it and stuff?
It was good. It wasn't too bad. Like the CGI parts could have been better.
Oh, there's lots of CGI.
Explaining Wakanda, I feel could have been better. The actual villain taking over, I feel like could have been better. Just parts could have.
It could have just been better.
That's why I'll give it a 7.
James,
I'd give it like a. You won't be surprised. I'd give it like a 7.2 or something, or 7.3. I'd go a little bit higher than 7.
okay.
I don't want to give it a 7.5, like 7.5, but I'd probably 7.2, 7.3 because it was like I thought for a Marvel film, it was quite different, but it wasn't quite different enough to make it stand out. So when I was watching it, there were things that I was like, okay, this feels fresh, this feels different, but it wasn't mind-blowingly different that I was like, this is my new favorite Marvel film, which Thor Ragnarok did do. If we're comparing, because I'd give Thor Ragnarok probably like a high 8.
Yeah, I'd give it
almost.
Ragnarok was good. I'll give that like an 8-9.
Just because that was so refreshing, but also it was so funny. And obviously we didn't want Black Panther to be funny, and it was good that they didn't have a bunch of jokes crammed in there like other Marvel films. I was really actually quite happy about that. And that's probably why I'd give it more than a 7, because it seemed like a step in the right direction. But it just looked the same as a Marvel film. It wasn't.
It was another Marvel film.
Yeah.
Just another one of generic Marvel films.
Yeah.
Which obviously that's what they want. They want it to feel like a Marvel film, but it felt like a Marvel film I'd seen before, which is like most